Welcome to Daggerfall.
We'll have no disturbances here.
Get out of here. It'll kill you too. It's a monster, I tell you. A monster! Prowls the alleys, shreds its victims with claws and fangs. It'll kill anyone that crosses its path. There's a dead man in the south alley, but he's no beggar. He's one of those Bloodthorn cultists. The beast prowls along the river's edge and hunts in the alleys. It doesn't eat what it kills. It just slaughters and leaves the corpses for the rats. It's the curse of Camlorn. I want no part of this evil. Haven't you heard? Everyone's talking about it. But...
This is a perfect place.
It was a monster! It tore out Guillaume's throat and disappeared into the river! It was hideous!
Welcome back. Do you need more flowers? Sorry.
I don't seem to be making much progress.
My relief was supposed to...
Sharp.
What do you want?
What do you want?
I've never seen the citizens so agitated. Even the beggars seem nervous these days. A werewolf killed those beggars? You're certain? Damn. I shouldn't have... I learned a hard lesson. I won't turn away anyone who's in trouble again. Not on my watch. Not even a beggar. With you? Yes, of course. But please, keep your voice down. No need to... I'd say it were a lot of superstitious nonsense. Except the rumors keep coming. They say that werewolves have overrun Camlorn, north of here. With the way the Lion Guard has been acting, there's certainly something going on up that way. Fight a werewolf? Never had the opportunity, and I hope it stays that way. I learned a hard... With you? Fight a... I learned a hard lesson. With you? Fight? I'd say...
Did you come here for crafting certification? You here for crafting certification? Don't worry, there's no cost involved.
Vestige! You're the help the Skull King promised? Suddenly I feel a lot better about our chances. Still, this threat is bigger than King Yoren imagined. The Ice Reach Coven. Witches operating in secret right under the Skull King's voluminous nose. And this isn't just the usual Reach mischief, of that I'm sure. I need to investigate, but I can't do it by myself. Help me locate the Coven and determine their ultimate intentions. Between the two of us, we can cover more ground and figure out the full extent of this threat. Meet me in Stormhaven. The Skull King... Meet me in Stormhaven. The Skull King's scouts spotted members. King Yoren sent me to look into a sudden barrage of storms in the Sea of Ghosts. At least 2 ships sank beneath the freezing waves. The Ice Reach Coven was responsible. I uncovered evidence suggesting they're planning an attack on the mainland. I'm not exactly sure. That's why we need to investigate. But if they have the ability to summon destructive storms... This is the place. Can't say I know what Reach witches would be doing here. But the Skald King scouts have never sent me on a wild guard chase before. Let's see if the trek out here was worth it. I was getting to that. At Ice Reach, I picked up a couple of the medallions the witches were wearing, for further study by the Skald King's wizards. The wizards determined that magic was infused into the jewelry, but not its purpose. The Skald King's wizards added their own spell to the medallions. We each get one. Here. They're supposed to lead us to magic similar to what's contained in the medallions. Ice Reach magic. Wave it around and see what happens. Don't look at me. It's not like Nords are known for being great mages, so whatever the Skald King's wizards did may not work, or it could explode. Hold up the medallion and see if you can make it work. Thanks to the Skald King's wizards, It actually worked! Follow that trail. I'll take the other one. Find anything? So, find anything that will help us locate the Ice Reach Coven? I was led to a similar site. Damn witches! Whatever game the Ice Reach Coven is playing at, we need to put an end to it. Preferably with multiple swings of my axe. That's no help. Luckily, Yoren's scouts provided a few locations of interest with their last report. Let me mark... First ice storms, now fire. Keep your guard up. The Coven won't hesitate to kill anyone who gets too close.
Selling some...
You know what amazes me?
Cumberland's watch has been overrun by goblins!
Goblins must pay!
Nothing like a quick battle to get the heart pumping. But I'm surprised we haven't faced more opposition. The Coven must be preoccupied. Wasn't expecting to fight vampires, though. A blood fiend? You don't usually run into them in this part of the world. Let me see the note. Huh. There's that word again. Lucrative. And what's that about a simple ritual? Sounds like Coven activity to me. Anything else to report? I don't like the look of that. It feels wrong. The Skald King's mages will want to examine it. In the meantime, we need to figure out what the Coven is up to. How do rituals, vampires, and blood fiends figure into their plan? And just one. A note from a merchant named Goharth Ironbelly. Found it on these vampires. Ironbelly is apparently supplying something the Coven requires, but the note doesn't go into details. It says we can find him at a Riften Inn, the Withered Tree. The note said Ironbelly does business at the Withered Tree
I was sent
Inn.
for you.
This way.
Gonna gut him.
Once we spot Ironbelly, we'll follow from a distance until he leads us to the Coven. This is the place. Let's head inside and finalize our plans. Ironbelly's note suggested he'd meet with the Coven after he did some business in this inn. When he arrives, don't do anything to alarm him. We want the merchant completely at ease when he leaves to go rendezvous with the witches. Just mill about and try not to draw attention to yourself. Honestly, I'm more comfortable with the direct approach, but we need to play this carefully. Then when he leaves, he can lead us directly to the Coven.
Welcome to the Withered Tree. What would you like?
And what have we here? You're a strapping lass. Let old Ironbelly buy you a drink or two? What do you say?
Not interested.
Not interested? Goharth Ironbelly never takes no for an answer.
Go away, little man, before I break you.
I beg your pardon. But things will be different after that bitch lives up to her promise.
What are you waiting for? Follow...
merchant. Trust this one.
Never fails. Follow a rat, you wind up in a sewer. Why my sewers always smell so bad? God, when we find Iron Belly, I'm gonna cave in his head for dragging us down here. My armor will never be mistaken for a bed of roses, but sewer stink lingers like Thane Yegi around the meat hall. You followed Iron Belly, I followed you. Come on, let's find that slimy merchant and see what he's doing down here. Thieves and murderers aren't the only scum that inhabit the Ratway. The local Jarl keeps sealing the entrances, but it never stays closed for long. It would... No, damn it! Snake.
Were you followed, Iron Belly?
Of course not, Sister Balra. My caution is legendary.
And have the arrangements I requested been made?
The flyers have been distributed. And your friend with the fangs?
Busy, I'm afraid.
You promised a vampire would turn me! Make good on our deal, or I'll report this to the Jarl!
You will do nothing of the sort. Greedy fool outlived his usefulness.
Finally! This place is amazing. Wait, what happened? I hope Ironbelly told you something before you killed him. So what happened? Did you get too close? Did he attack you? Damn! That must have been one of the Ice Reach Coven witches. Any idea where she may have gone? That's not much to go on, but it's all we have. I'll meet you at the cart outside of town. All right, the cart's ready. Now tell me what else you found out down in the Ratway. Let me see that. Huh. Another lucrative opportunity. But this time we know where they're leading people. To an isolated inn somewhere in Eastmarch. Did you hear anything else that I need to know? A vampire. Working with the Coven. That would The cart will take us to the Grinning Horker in Eastmarch. Hop aboard and we can get along. I don't want to give the Coven any more of a lead than they already have. Answers, I hope. That's what Yorn the Skald King sent me to find, after all. The witches of the Ice Reach Coven are definitely up to something, luring unsuspecting folk with promises of wealth. We saw what happened at those ritual sites. Tempted to a desolate area in Eastmarch, most likely to be subjected to more of those strange rituals. If that doesn't scream danger, I don't know what does. Will you accompany me, my friend? I'd appreciate your help in this matter. If you're ready to travel to the Grinning Horker, climb aboard the cart. We'll be in Eastmarch before you know it. Good idea, but so far the pieces don't tell a complete story. You saw what I saw. Those feral creatures were... We need to walk from here. Follow the path up the mountain. We need to walk the rest of the way. Place looks empty. Let's talk. Nothing waiting to impede our progress? No guards? No witches? Nothing. Just a lonely inn on a desolate hillside. If Ironbelly's flyer led us astray, we're gonna head back and kill him again. I expected answers. Ironbelly sent people here for a reason. They have to be someplace. Anything that... I've never known a Nord to abandon a meal while there's still food on the plate. Bedrolls. For those who came for the lucrative opportunity. I wonder where they are now. Fresh blood. It leads to that hatch. Great. The trail leads into the basement. Empty. That's not right. There must be a secret passage. See if you can find it. Nothing important. Definitely not a secret passage. I am not touching that. I knew there had to be a secret passage. Let's see what... How far down does this tunnel lead?
Stay away! I won't go back! I won't! You aren't one of the Reach Witches? You have to help me. We were in the Hawker, waiting for them to tell us how we were going to make a pile of gold, when they ordered us to go to the basement. One of us refused. They cut him. There was so much blood. When we saw the Reach Witches, a few of us tried to fight. I slipped away before anyone noticed. They're doing something terrible down here. Something monstrous. Please, you must help the others. And you need to destroy the Pikes. They're evil.
Look at it, my friend. I thought it was just an old legend, but it's real. It's real. Blackreach. The world below Skyrim. What else could it be? Whatever it is, it's a perfect hiding place for the Ice Reach Coven. We need to get down there and find the witches. We must put a stop to whatever evil the Coven is planning. The poor man is frightened out of his mind. I'll escort him back through the tunnel to the Grinning Horker. Meanwhile, get down there and see what you can find out. If you see any witch...
All of you, follow me. We'll sneak out once the coast is clear.
Hold, friend. You need to hear what I have to say. Thank the eight you came along. We were next in line for the witch's ritual. Please, I need to tell you what I saw. I saw the witches put some poor sods into a circle, surrounded by evil-looking pikes. They chanted and called forth a strange black storm. It killed some, but turned most of the people into those harrow fiends. That's what Sister Belra called them. There's a dwarven ruin west of here. Sister Balra has been using that as her personal domain. If she's around, that's where you'll find her. Damn it. I should have known. That flyer was too good to be true. I needed work. A lucrative opportunity was too good to pass up.
Skyrim! I got back as quick as I could. Other than a few skirmishes, I didn't uncover anything important. What about you? Tell me you found something. Two things I wholeheartedly approve of. I carved a path through a number of witches and vampires myself. Sure's bones there are a lot of these bastards. Anything else to report? This is it. This must be what the Skald King is worried about. A ritual that produces harrow storms. Magic that turns people into a new kind of blood fiend. A harrow fiend. I wish I knew whose head I had to remove to stop this. Sister Balra? The same witch that killed the merchant back in Riften. I'd definitely like to get my hands on that one. Let's go. A Windhelm sentry? Down here? Hey! Are you alright?
That lying, manipulative witch. She stabbed me. The Reach Witch, Sister Balra. We had a deal, but she doubted me. Listen, forget about me. I made a terrible mistake. I told her how to sneak into the Palace of Kings. Now I think the Skald King is in danger. Balra said she had something planned for High King Yoren. Said I was a loose end. Please,
Idiot! Sells out the Skald King for a handful of gold. Assassinating the Skald King would be a terrible blow to Skyrim and the Pact, but I assumed the Ice Reach Coven had a grander plan than that. Nevertheless, we have to save Yoren. A deathbed confession? That tells me the sentry believed he put the Skald King in danger. I can't take a chance when it comes to Yoren's safety. Back to the wagon. We leave for Windhelm at once. The Palace of Kings! Hurry! We must warn Yoren! Doesn't look like anyone's on alert. Maybe we got here in time. Housecarl, the Skald King, where is he?
I can't divulge such information.
Fresh from
Even
the warm
great
southern
Zerus
lands.
Titanborn must know
You
that.
smell of salt
It's a matter
and
of royal
sunshine.
security.
Royal security? Listen, you little fool. You talk to her.
Who does Titanborn think she is? Demanding to see the Skald King. Whatever you and the half-giant think you found is irrelevant. The Skald King is safe inside the Palace of Kings. It's the most secure structure in all of Skyrim. Well, it's true that Sentry Darfel never arrived for his shift today. And High King Yoren is touring the palace, but that's supposed... How highly irregular. But if this is true... King Yoren wanted...
Into the palace! Let's move! already inside. We must find the Skald King. Why would the Coven and its allies need that? That map details the distribution of troops throughout Skyrim. Look, they tore off the western holds. Leave the Skull King alone, witch!
Yorin is ours. He will make a fine addition to our patron's forces.
Turn me into a monster. I've had enough of this dungeon. Let's talk in the throne room.